Good evening.
Good evening, ma'am.
Yesterday we did linear equations in two variables. Correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Hello?
ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
I want to show you one video on that. Do you want to see?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, today I will show you and after that, okay?
Okay,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am. Okay, ma'am.
After the video, quiz. Okay?
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, ma'am.
All right, I'll share my screen with you. Can you see my screen?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
So, this
Yes,
video
ma'am.
is about the general form of linear equations, solutions of linear equations, graphs of linear equations, and lines parallel to the x-axis.
Count the number of fruits in each
Can you hear?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
line in the given diagram and represent the number of fruits by x. The value of x is changing in each line. Hence, it is called a variable. Therefore, variable is a quantity that can change its value.
A variable changes its value.
Form here is called a polynomial. Reals. In this topic, we will discuss only linear polynomials. A polynomial degree 1 is called a linear polynomial. Observe that in each example, the degree of the variable x determines whether the polynomial is linear. An equation is a statement of equality of two algebraic expressions that involve one or more unknown quantities called variables. An algebraic expression of the form shown here is called a linear equation in one variable. Here are some examples of linear equations in one variable.
Why is it called one variable? Why is it equation in one variable?
That has only one
X is the only one variable, ma'am. X is
Any
the only
value
one
of a
variable.
variable that satisfies a given equation is called the solution of the equation. Let's consider an example to understand this. Observe the equation shown. You can see that x is equal to 1 is the solution of the above equation. A linear equation has exactly one solution, which is called the root of the equation. Also, the solution of a linear equation remains unaltered when the same number is added to or subtracted from both sides of the equation and when the same non-zero number is multiplied or divided by both sides of the equation.
What is the meaning of unaltered?
remains same, ma'am. Remains same.
Of a variable that satisfies a given equation is called the solution of the equation. Let's consider an example. An equation of the form shown, where a, b and c are real numbers, a and b are both non-zero, and x and y are variables, is called a linear equation in two variables. Here are some examples to better understand the definition.
What is the meaning of real numbers? What are real numbers? All rational and irrational numbers, everything together, all the numbers are together are called as real numbers. Correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes?
Consider an example. Write the given equations in the form of ax plus by plus c is equal to 0, indicating the values of a, b and c. The equation minus 2x plus y is equal to 4 can be written as minus 2x plus y minus 4 is equal to 0, where the coefficients are a is equal to minus 2, b is equal.
What is the meaning of coefficients?
Numerical values, ma'am.
A number constant, ma'am. Numerical constant.
Correct.
In the third equation, no constant term is given, so we will consider it as 0. Thus, a is equal to 7 and b is equal to minus 2. Similarly, we can find out the value of A, B, and C in the fourth and fifth equations. Linear equations in the two variables to represent them. Let A be the
What is the equation for question 221? Tina buys a mathematics book and an English book for 250 rupees. Write a linear equation in two variables to represent this statement. What is the answer for second?
A plus B is equals to 250.
A.
Let the mathematics book is equal to X and English book is equal to M. So X plus Y is equal to 250, ma'am.
The cost of mathematics book.
Correct.
let X be the cost of the pen and let Y be the cost of the pencil. Since the cost of 2 pens is equal to the cost of 3 pencils, we get 2x equal to 3y. Hence, the required equation is 2x minus 3y is equal to 0. Now try these questions.
Which of the following are linear equations? 1, 2, 3.
First one, ma'am.
First one, ma'am.
What about third one?
No, ma'am. The power will be 1 by 2, ma'am.
What is y is not inside the square root sign, y is outside. The square root is only for 3. Is it linear or not?
No, ma'am.
Ma'am.
No, ma'am.
Yes, it is. It is linear equation because the power of y is 1, not 1 by 2. Y is not inside the square root sign. It is only for 3, it is square root.
Okay, ma'am.
What is the answer for second one? A is
2, ma'am.
what is
2, ma'am.
B? B?
3. 3, ma'am.
3, ma'am.
C?
3, ma'am.
8.
8. Second one A. In the second one, what is the value of A?
1, ma'am.
2, ma'am.
1,
2, ma'am. 2, ma'am.
2,
One,
ma'am.
One second sub question. What is the value of B in this one? In this one,
3, ma'am.
0 here, and C is minus 7.2.
7.2, ma'am.
Now, question.
Minus. What is the answer for the sum of the ages of Ramesh and his father is 64 years? Linear equation. What is the answer?
Let
for
the age of the Ramesh
Then age of B is equals to
Y equal
64
to
years.
64, ma'am.
Correct. And Ritu buys 3 notebooks and 2 books for 300.
3x plus 2y equal to
Here are the
300.
answers.
Correct.
In our daily lives, we often purchase items in sales. In a shop, there is a discount up to 70% on winter clothes. Nancy visits this shop to purchase coats. She buys one coat on which she gets a discount of 50%. And she buys another coat on which she gets a discount of 20%. If Nancy pays a total of 5,000 rupees for both coats, then the equation representing this situation is as shown. In this topic, we will study the method used to solve such equations. A pair of values that, when substituted in a given equation, makes both the sides of the equation equal is called the solution of the given equation. Consider the equation 4x plus 3y is equal to 18. Putting x is equal to 3 and y is equal to 2, we get the left-hand side or LHS of the equation equal to the right-hand side or RHS. Hence, x is equal to 3 and y is equal to 2 is the solution of the given equation.
How many solutions will it have?
Infinite, ma'am.
Ma'am, infinite.
Consider the equation 3x plus 2y is equal to 9. The equation can be reduced in terms of x as shown here. We can put different values of y in the equation to find out the value of x. Observe that by substituting different values of y, you can get infinite values of x, and hence infinitely many solutions for the linear equation. Find out which of the given equations has x is
Which equation has x equal to 2 and y equal to 2?
First equation, ma'am.
First equation, ma'am.
8 plus 4 plus 8 equal to 12.
Now consider this. Find out the value of a so that each of the given
All the equations have x equal to 1, y equal to 1 as solution. You have to find the value of a. First one,
6, ma'am.
6, ma'am.
First one, ma'am.
6, ma'am.
second one,
2, ma'am.
2, ma'am.
correct,
2, ma'am.
2, ma'am.
correct. Third one,
2, ma'am.
2, ma'am.
2,
Nine.
ma'am.
Correct.
2.
Similarly, on
I don't understand, ma'am.
find out 4 different solutions for
1 minute.
each.
Who did not understand? Who? What is your name? Tell me your name, please.
Naveen, ma'am.
Naveen, here there are 3 equations. You have to find out the value of a for each of them. Given x equal to 1 and y equal to 1. So take your notebook and write 3x plus ay equal to 9. And in place of x you put 1. In place of y you put 1. You will get the value of a. 3 into 1 is 3. Okay? Okay?
Okay, ma'am.
Okay? Plus a into 1 is a. 3a plus a is 9. A will be 9 minus 3. Correct? Yes.
Yes,
You
ma'am.
just have to substitute the values x, 1 for x and y, and simplify, you get the value of a. Okay?
Yes,
Find
ma'am.
out 4 different solutions for each of the given equation.
Here in this question, they want us to find 4 different values. 2x plus 3y equal to 0. What value can you give for x and y?
0.
0,
ma'am.
0, ma'am.
0. 0. X is 0, y is 0. 0 plus 0 is 0.
0, ma'am.
One solution.
second one, 1.
Second one, ma'am.
Correct. One value. Like that, you have to give 4 different solutions for the equation. Okay.
Similarly, on putting
You can put any value you
Now from the
want. It has to.
Now try these questions.
Find out 3 different solutions. 3. 6 plus.
Into 0, ma'am.
Yeah. And 4x plus 7y equal to 16.
Ma'am, x equal to 1 and y equal to 2.
4 plus 14.
No, ma'am, no.
Very good.
Ma'am, X equal to 2 and
No,
no,
no.
ma'am.
See, x equal to 1.
X equal to 1 and Y equal to 2, ma'am.
X equal to 1.
Ma'am, no,
y
ma'am.
equal to
it is 18.
X equal to 1 and
It is
Y equal to
18.
2.
Answer will be 18, ma'am.
18, ma'am.
Yeah, 18 is not. You should get 16, no?
Yes, ma'am.
You put y equal to 0.
Y
X equal
equal
to
to 0, X equal
Ma'am,
to
Y
4,
equal
ma'am.
to 0, X equal to 4, ma'am.
X equals to
Y
4,
equal
ma'am.
to 0, X equal to 4, ma'am. Y
Ah.
equal to X equal to 4, ma'am.
X equals to 2, 7 equals to, Y equals to 1.
X equal to 0, ma'am. Y equal to X equal to 4, Y equal to 0.
Huh. Correct. Here, which of the following are solutions of the equation 6x minus y equal to 8? 1,
Option 1,
minus
ma'am.
Option 1, ma'am.
Option
1 and
Option
minus
1,
2
ma'am. Option 4, ma'am.
and 4, ma'am.
4, ma'am. 4.
Both are equation.
2 into 6, 12, ma'am. Minus 4, 8, ma'am.
What about third question? Third solution. Minus of minus 8.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, sir. What about fourth?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
K equals to 7,
Find
ma'am.
out the value of k so that x equal to 1, y equal to 2 is a solution of the equation kx plus 3y equal to
Equals to
14.
Ma'am, K equals to 8.
K equals to 8, ma'am. K equals to 8, ma'am.
Ma'am, K is equals to 8.
The value of K is 8, ma'am.
Here the answer.
Correct.
Nancy wants to go home in a taxi. The taxi fare for the first kilometer is 20 rupees. And for the subsequent distance, x kilometers, it is 8 rupees per kilometer. If the total fare is represented by y rupees, then the situation can be represented by the equation shown. In this topic, you will learn to represent such situations graphically.
Why x minus 1 there? Why x minus 1 here?
Nancy wants to go home. Taxi fare for the first kilometer is 20 rupees. And for the subsequent distance, x kilometers, it is 8 rupees per kilometer. If the total fare is
Why
represented
is
by
there x
y
minus
rupees,
1 into
then the
8?
situation can be represented by the equation shown. In this topic, you will learn to represent such situations graphically.
Why is there x minus 1? This one. 20 plus
X equal to 20,
8.
ma'am.
Why is there x minus 1 here? What is the reason? 20 is the fixed charge. 8 rupees per kilometer after the first kilometer. She's traveling x kilometers, so x minus 1 is remaining. That you have to multiply by 8. Okay.
Nancy wants to go home in a taxi. X kilometers, it is 8 rupees. Then the situation can be represented by the equation shown. In this topic, you will learn to represent such situations graphically.
Okay. Understood?
No, ma'am. Yes,
See,
ma'am.
when you hire a taxi or an auto rickshaw, fixed charge will be there. After fixed charge for one kilometer. After that, meter will start working. So for every kilometer, you have to pay 8 rupees. If you are traveling totally 8 x kilometers, remaining distance is x minus 1. For first kilometer, you are paying 20 rupees. For the next kilometer, that is x minus 1 kilometers, you are paying 8 rupees. So 8 into x minus 1. Understood?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
So shall we do the quiz now?
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. I'll do the spinner wheel. Whoever gets must answer the question.
Yes,
Okay?
ma'am.
Okay, ma'am.
Yes.
Keep your book and pen. You may have to calculate. For some questions, you have to calculate. So keep your pen and book with you. I'll share my screen, children.
Yes, ma'am.
Hello?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Can you see the wheel?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
ma'am.
All your names are there. I'm going to spin the wheel. Whoever gets has to answer. Lakshmi?
Yes,
Lakshmi is
ma'am.
there?
Yes,
You
ma'am.
have to answer. You have to answer this question.
Yes, ma'am.
Can you see my screen?
Yes,
Can you see
ma'am.
the question?
Yes, ma'am.
Can you see the question?
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
Okay. Now can you see?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Now Lakshmi has to answer this question. Which of the following is a linear equation in two variables?
C, ma'am. Option C.
Option C. Correct.
That's correct.
Now I spin the wheel again. Can you see the wheel, children?
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
No,
No,
ma'am.
ma'am. No, ma'am. Ma'am, I see
Okay,
the question.
I have to share the screen. Then only you can see. Now,
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Madhumita.
Yes, ma'am.
Madhumita is there?
Yes, ma'am.
Now I have to share again. I can't share two screens. That's why I have to share the screen again. It won't give me new screen. Madhumita, your question. Can you see my board?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Madhumita, in an equation in two variables can have dash solution.
Ma'am, option D.
Option D. Last option. That's correct.
That's correct.
Next question to Naveen. 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 Naveen.
Yes, ma'am.
This is your question. 1 minute, I'll share my screen. It is not giving me new share new screen. So I have to stop. I have to close. I have to share again. Naveen, which of the following is not a solution of the equation x plus 3y equal to 7? Not a solution. Which one? Naveen? Naveen?
D option, ma'am.
Option D?
Yes, ma'am.
Correct.
That's correct.
Now let me share my screen. Sorry, children, it some time. I have to stop this. See?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Pratiksha. Pratiksha is
Yes,
there?
ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
I shared my screen. This question is for Pratiksha. Which of the following is the solution of the equation 4x plus 3y equal to 12? Pratiksha?
Yes, ma'am.
Hi, this is your question. Which is the solution? Put the values for x and y. You should get 12.
Yes, ma'am.
Which one?
Ma'am,
1 and 2 will give. Huh?
Ma'am, I'm doing. I'm sorry.
Okay. Okay, do it. What's your answer?
Ma'am, second option.
Second option. Sahana? Sahana is there?
Yes,
You
ma'am.
have to answer this, Sahana. Your question is, what is the value of k such that x equal to 2, y equal to 1 is a solution of 4x plus ky equal to 12?
Ma'am, 4.
4. Correct. I share the screen with you. Mahalakshmi?
Yes, ma'am.
Mahalakshmi, you have to answer this question. An equation in two variables is given as 5x minus 2y equal to 10. Find out the value of x if y equal to 5. Put 5 for y. Mahalakshmi, what is the answer?
Ma'am, 4.
4. Correct.
That's correct.
I'll share the wheel. Bhumika,
Yes, ma'am.
your question. An equation in two variables is given as 5 by 2x plus 3y equal to 26. If x is equal to 2, what is the corresponding value of y? X is 2.
Ma'am, C option.
7. Correct.
That's correct.
Akash? Akash is there?
Yes, ma'am.
Akash, you have to answer this. What is the relation between A and B if the solution of the equation ax plus by equal to 13 is if x equal to 2 and y equal to -1. In ax plus by equal to 13, you need to substitute for x and y.
Second one.
Second one. Correct.
That's correct.
Next, let's see who will get. Oh, blank. Madhumita finished, isn't it?
Yes, ma'am.
I have typed twice, that's why you got 2 times. Sanjana? Sanjana?
Yes, ma'am.
Sanjana, C. You have
Yes,
to
ma'am.
answer. I'll share the screen with you. I'll share the question. Which of the is not a linear equation? Sanjana,
Yes, ma'am.
which is not a linear equation?
Option 3, ma'am.
Option C. That's correct.
That's correct.
Now let's see who will get the question. Shravan? Shravan? Shravan?
Yes, ma'am.
Your question.
Yes.
Which of the following is a solution of the equation 12x minus 5y equal to 50?
C, ma'am.
C.
Yes, ma'am.
Correct.
That's correct.
Next question. Pavitra?
Yes, ma'am.
Pavitra? For you.
Yes,
This
ma'am.
question. What is the value of m if x is equal to 2, y equal to 5 is a solution of 4x plus my equal to 18? You have to give the value of m. X is 2 and y is 5.
Ma'am, m is equal to 2.
M equal to 2. Correct.
That's correct.
Good. Amog. Amog. Amog is there? Amog?
No, ma'am.
No?
No, ma'am. No,
No,
ma'am.
Okay, I'll spin the wheel again. Shweta? 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 Hello? Shweta?
Yes, ma'am.
Your question.
Ma'am, your voice is not audible.
Ma'am, your voice is not clear.
Option 4, ma'am. Hello, ma'am.
Hello, ma'am.
Ma'am, we can't able to hear you.
Hello, ma'am.
Hello?
Hello, ma'am.
Hello, ma'am. Hello, ma'am.
Shweta, Shweta, what is the answer, Shweta? Shweta is there or not? Shweta, is she there?
She answered, ma'am. Yes, ma'am, she is there.
Ma'am, she
Ah,
already
tell-
answered.
What did she say?
Fourth
Ma'am,
option,
option
ma'am.
4, she said that.
Option
ma'am.
four.
Option D.
D, ma'am.
Okay, okay. Option 4. Correct. Now let's see who will get the question. Samiksha,
Yes, ma'am.
your question. Which of the following solution satisfies the equation? X plus y equal to 8 and 5x minus 3y equal to 16. It should satisfy both. X equal to 5, y equal to 3. Substitute and check. It should satisfy both the equations.
Ma'am, option 1. Option 8.
Correct.
That's correct.
I refreshed the page, that's why it became all right. Oh, Shweta is again. I think I typed her name twice. Pradeep. Pradeep is here.
Yes, ma'am.
Your question. Which of the following solution satisfies the equations x plus 2y equal to 7 and 4x plus 2y equal to 16? Both.
Ma'am, option B.
B.
Yes, ma'am.
Correct.
That's correct.
Next question. Farhan. 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 Farhan is there? Hello? Can you hear me?
Yes,
Yes, ma'am.
yes, ma'am.
Farhan is Farhan?
No,
Farhan?
ma'am. He is not there. He is not there, ma'am.
Okay, I'll spin the wheel again. Mahantesh. Mahantesh is there?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
So Mahantesh, can you answer this question, Mahantesh? Question is, I'll share the screen. Which of the following solution satisfies the equation 4x minus y equal to 10? Substitute the values for x and y, you should get 10.
Option 1, ma'am.
Option 1. No.
That is
Option B,
correct.
ma'am.
Ma'am, option B.
Option 2, ma'am.
Option B,
Option B,
ma'am.
ma'am. Option B. Option B, ma'am.
Correct.
That's correct.
Spurti? Purti is there?
No, ma'am.
Purti.
She's not there. Not there, ma'am. No, ma'am. She's not.
Okay. Now I'll spin the wheel again. Aishwarya is there?
Yes, ma'am.
Aishwarya?
Yes, ma'am.
Aishwarya, you have to answer this question. Common solution of the equation. That is, it should satisfy both.
Option 3, ma'am.
Option 3. That's correct.
That's correct.
So next one. Pavan?
Yes, ma'am.
Pavan? Your
Yes,
question.
ma'am.
Which of the following equations is satisfied by the solution x equal to 2, y equal to 1? Yes, Pavan? What's your answer?
Option C, ma'am.
Option C? Correct.
That's correct.
Anjali? Anjali is there?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Anjali, your question. Which of the following solutions satisfies the equations 4x plus 5y equal to 24 and x plus 2y equal to 9? Both. Both of them.
Option C, ma'am.
Option C? Correct.
That's correct.
Next, let us see. Neha? Neha,
Yes, ma'am.
your question. One of the solutions of the equation 4 by 3x plus 5 by 7y equal to 9. Put the values in x in place of x and y, you should get 9.
Option B, ma'am.
B. Correct.
That's correct.
Next. Sachin? Sachin?
Yes, miss.
Your question. Your question. What value of m will satisfy the equation 4x plus 3y equal to 7 for x equal to minus 2, y equal to m? Make the equation as 4x plus 3m equal to 7.
Option C.
Option C. Correct.
That's correct.
Sanjana T. Sanjana is
Yes,
there?
ma'am.
Ah,
Yes, ma'am.
Sanjana, you have to answer now. What value of m satisfies the equation 5x plus my equal to 23 for x equal to 4, y equal to 1?
M equals to 3, ma'am. Option C.
Okay. Correct.
That's correct.
Next question. Danaya? Danaya is there? Your question. If the point 2, 4 lies on the graph of the line 4x minus y equal to k, then the value of k is dash.
Option B, ma'am.
Option B. Correct.
That's correct.
Next question. Lakshmi, I had asked question for Lakshmi, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Her name has come 2 times. Pooja? Pooja is there?
Yes,
Pooja, your question. Which of the following represents the equation 2x plus 6y equal to 12? There are 4 graphs. 2x plus y equal to 12. First one, is it correct? First one. Here x and y values are, x is how much? 6. Y is
2, ma'am.
2,
2,
ma'am.
ma'am.
2, ma'am.
no.
Oops.
That is incorrect.
Wait, that may be not that. 2x plus y equal to 12.
Option A, ma'am. Option A, ma'am.
Option A. Two x plus
That's correct.
6y equal to 12. Next question. Can you see?
Yes,
Hello? I have to spin the wheel, right? Can you see the
Yes,
wheel?
No, ma'am.
Can you-
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am. No, ma'am.
Sorry, I will share. Three children. Sujata. Sujata is
Yes,
there?
ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Sujata, you have to answer this.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, option C. Hello, ma'am. Hello, ma'am. Option 3.
Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
I'm sorry, something happened. Now time is up. We can stop. Who did not answer? Only one person.
Ma'am,
Huh.
option 3, ma'am.
Correct. And now I will stop this because time is up. Only one person did not answer. She can answer it in the next class. I think Sahana not answer. Sahana?
Yes, ma'am.
Sahana? You're the only one who didn't answer. I'll ask you one question. I'll share my screen with you so you can answer this question, and then we will close today's lesson. All of you have done very well. You have understood.
She answered, ma'am.
Sahana?
Ma'am, she had
Sahana?
answered it.
Ma'am, I answered.
I can see my screen. Who did not answer? Who did not answer? All answered?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, then we'll close. We'll close. Shall we close today's lesson?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Bye, ma'am.
Okay,
Yes,
bye.
ma'am.
Bye, ma'am.
Okay, bye.
Bye,
Bye,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Bye, ma'am.
Bye, ma'am.
Bye.